Alex is scared of everything, yet she still decides to try extreme sports for a week for a travel writer position. She takes help from an extreme sports photographer, Cole, who is also her idol. Kate and Alex feel it's ironic that they're stuck in cubicles as they work for a travel magazine. Alex is picturing herself in cute vests and high boots, hanging out with elephants somewhere. They work for Around the World Travel magazine, and Alex doesn't want to quit her job. She still desires an escape from her copy editing desk. She's handling the world's best travel places, while Kate is stuck with editing stories about the worst beaches. Their boss, Peter McHugh, thanks all the employees for giving the magazine a great quarter. He's looking to expand the travel writing team and needs a fresh perspective. He's accepting story pitches from all employees. He also promises a first-class ticket to anywhere in the world to whoever writes the best travel article. The winner will also get the cover story in the next issue and a permanent position as a travel writer. Kate thinks Alex should seize this opportunity. Alex is mostly scared because Peter turned down her last idea. Kate thinks a lot of time has passed since then, and Alex should take this chance. Alex lets Peter know she's interested in entering the contest as a writer. She visited a New England bed and breakfast recently, which is very romantic. Peter feels Alex is a great copy editor, but reminds her that travel writers need to get out of their comfort zones. What a nice way to insult her. Alex assures him she's ready. Peter still thinks writers need to reveal a part of their soul. Her pitch doesn't sound promising, and he asks her to think bigger. Alex joins her boyfriend Barton and his parents, Charles and Biddy Kane, at a party. Biddy discusses how Raven House is looking to expand its charity program this year. Between them and their Kane's Foundation, they have raised $2 million for Pause for Peace. Biddy feels Alex should volunteer more with them, but Alex announces her big opportunity at work. She explains that her editor announced a travel writing contest, which doesn't seem too appealing to Charles and Biddy. Alex wants to apply for it, so Breton tries his best to be supportive. Charles feels it's time for Barton's big announcement. Alex is probably expecting a proposal, but realizes Barton has been promoted to partner at the firm. She encourages him and feels that he deserves it. Alex looks at some exhilarating photos and feels like her life has become too stable and predictable. The photo that's inspiring her is from a photographer she loves, Cole Taylor. No one knows what he looks like, and she only knows that he lives at Ridgeline Resort in Colorado. Kate assumes he must be a recluse with a wilderness beard if he's not on social media. Sounds about right. Max wants to make some changes at the gallery for the winter walk and the meet and greet. Cole Taylor reminds him he's the silent partner and doesn't want to meet anyone. Max hasn't sold any of Cole's work in weeks because everyone wants new pieces. Cole hasn't had time with all the commercial work and explains how hard it is to capture a beautiful moment. He feels it's important to be inspired. I can't argue with the artistic process. Alex feels her life is too easy, and the only thing she's excited about is getting coffee with Kate. She's grateful for her job, but feels like she's wasting her journalism degree. Kate feels there's nothing wrong with Alex not liking risks, but Alex feels even Barton doesn't have faith in her. Alex really needs an idea, so Peter takes her seriously. She comes across Cole's photo from before and feels like it's telling her something. It apparently does talk to her, because Alex suddenly knows her story idea. Alex suggests she wants to travel to the Rocky Mountains and write about nature and extreme sports photographer Cole Taylor. She shows Peter his work and how he hasn't released a new collection in 2 years. She feels he's the perfect mysterious subject, and she can go undercover and find him. Peter honestly feels she's too much of a klutz to try extreme sports. He points out that she has dropped coffee on her shirt. Well, he has a point. Alex still doesn't think that changes her writing, so Peter gets another idea. He wants her to write an article in the first person about extreme sports, from the perspective of a non-adventurer. He wants her to try every extreme sport and write about it in a week. This is clearly not what she wanted. Peter is not too interested in Cole and feels this story should be about her experience. Alex is trying to be positive about this article since she's a great researcher. She feels she has enough time on her flight to Denver to become an expert on extreme sports. Kate wants to be encouraged and asks her to do what's best. Barton can't believe she's going on this adventure, but Alex wants to face her fears for this story. She assures him this is her big chance to get out of her comfort zone. Just when Alex asks herself not to worry, her car breaks down. The tow truck might take time, so the driver suggests she can walk a mile up the road toward the resort. Kate calls her when she's traveling on foot, but Alex is worried about a creepy man following her. She doesn't know it's Cole, so she assumes a stranger wants to kidnap her. What a way to begin her adventure. Cole offers help if she needs a ride, but she refuses to get into a Jeep with a stranger. She checks in at the Ridgeline Resort, and the receptionist feels she has arrived at the perfect time for the winter walk. It's a great way to connect with the community and celebrate local artists, one of whom is Cole. The receptionist is sure Alex will run into Cole in the mountains. They don't have a bellman, so Alex has to drag her suitcase up the slope. She gets a call from Peter when she arrives and pretends to be excited about her first excursion that day. This is painful to watch. Alex hears Sarah talking at the store about a weekend package. When she mentions their mountain biking trails that are suitable for all levels, Alex signs up. Sarah gives her a form and suggests taking a fat bike as a beginner. Alex is not too excited when Sarah asks her to meet at the chairlift. Sarah doesn't think Alex is dressed for the sport, but Alex is more worried about the chairs having seatbelts. Alex panics when a chair approaches her and makes other people fall while trying to run away. The operator asks Alex to move away, and Cole offers help again. She feels she can get back to the hotel herself, but Cole doesn't want to see another human pile up. Alex feels her bike is broken, but Cole shows her how to shift the gears and operate it. She's clumsy on that too, and almost falls. He learns she's from New York and asks her to stay away from danger. Alex soon realizes he is Cole when she hears someone talking to him. Alex apologizes to Sarah for freaking out about the chairlift. Sarah is sweet and is sure she will get a hang of it. Sarah suggests getting a guide for the activities, but they're all booked up with the winter walk that week. Cole asks Max to steer clear of the chairlift for a while and laughs about Alex and her clumsiness. He thinks Max should meet her since she's a walking catastrophe. She surely made an impression. Barton is worried about Alex, who feels sad about humiliating herself at the fat bike. She starts losing reception, but she hears Barton asking her to come home. She assures him she will be fine. Alex turns up at the gallery and discusses Cole's work with Max. Alex apologizes for making a bad first impression and assures Cole she is a huge fan. She admits she's terrible at all outdoor activities. Anyone could have guessed that, but she also admits she came to Ridgeline to face her fears. She knows Cole is not a guide, but wants his help to write her travel assignment. She begs Cole to help save her career. Cole claims to be busy, but Max reminds him he's taking care of all events. Alex offers her help with the meet and greet and the winter walk in exchange for this favor. Cole agrees to help her only if she plays by his rules and can prove she won't get them killed. He asks her to meet him at the activity center the next morning. Alex writes about her second day of extreme adventures, where she hopes she made one friend. She is glad to have a guide and is curious about what he has planned for them. She might not like it. Cole thinks Alex is just in time for the chopper, which will take them to a giant ice cliff nearby. Alex tries to make an excuse when she hears paragliding, but Cole is just happy he pulled off this joke. He loves the look on her face and asks her to lighten up. He promises they'll just go to a climbing gym. He wants to help her get over her fear of heights in a controlled environment. He doesn't approve of her shoes, so he tries to get her proper gear. Since orange is not her style, he asks for the store attendant's help. Cole suspects she's humiliating herself with extreme sports to prove something to a guy. Alex assures him that her boyfriend, Barton, is very supportive. She explains he couldn't join her because he's an investment banker and just got promoted. Cole thinks she's making excuses for him. Alex asks about his love life, and he claims he's single by choice. He doesn't want anyone slowing him down in his line of work. She hopes the new gear makes her look like one of his happy photographs, but still complains about the color of the shoes. Cole instructs her about what to do before they start climbing and asks her to not look down. She gets the hang of it, but is still calculating the chances of her falling. He asks her to keep her grip and just breathe to relax. He explains that he has been taking photos since he was very young. Nature makes him feel like life never stops moving, which inspires him to hold on to a moment. She has never thought about nature like that and hopes to learn something from him. She's glad for the distraction since she didn't even realize they reached the top. He holds her hand so they can fall together, and she screams but manages to do it. She admits that was fun, so he feels she has passed his test. He agrees to start her real training the next day. As she helps Cole put up posters for the winter walk, she realizes it is run by his foundation. He admits he started the charity some years ago so underprivileged kids can get access to gear for winter sports. Alex wonders why he doesn't want to do the meet and greet. Cole explains that he's only doing it so they can earn more profits for the foundation. He wants to send more kids to winter camp. Cole is still amused by how particular Alex is about her food order. Alex explains she has been a copy editor for 7 years and likes that it's stable. She just doesn't like that her boss views her a certain way, so she needs to prove herself. Alex knows that no one, including her, thinks that she can handle extreme sports. Cole shows her the woods they'll be hiking the next day and hopes they can prove she belongs there. He calls her early morning before her alarm and tries to pump her up about facing her fears. That's such a morning person thing. He promises coffee and breakfast, but there's a bit of a hike where they're headed. He asks her to be patient and let go of the city mentality that wants everything instantly. He asks her to stop and smell the pine trees and live in the moment. She feels social media has changed everything and thinks Cole could have a lucrative career with a better online presence. Cole admits he has a website for his work, but doesn't want to share anything personal. His work is his passion, which is how she also feels about writing. She used to write short stories about the places she wanted to visit as a kid. She has never been to any of them because fear and life got in the way. He's glad she's facing her fears now and will be unstoppable soon. Let's hope so. She wants to stop and admire the waterfall, but Cole suggests they should keep moving. Alex is strongly against the idea of crossing a stretch on a bridge that doesn't seem too stable. She has already Googled how many people fall from extreme heights every year. Cole assures her he will be there throughout and keeps encouraging her to move along. She tries to distract herself by talking, but wants to turn around when she almost slips. Alex can't believe she made it, but they still have to go much higher. He asks about the one place she has always wanted to go to. She already knows she wants to watch elephants at the foot of Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. Cole has traveled a lot, but his priority is also bungee jumping off Victoria Falls. What a coincidence. Cole has always wanted to capture Africa. He hasn't taken new photos in a while and feels like Africa will inspire him. Alex can now say from experience that adventures aren't so bad. Their instructor, Steve, thinks Alex will have the time of her life zipping through trees. He assures her the equipment is top of the line, but Alex is worried most accidents happen because of routine. Cole insists she needs to take a leap to write about facing her fears. He knows her readers won't be convinced if she isn't. He asks her to meet him on the other side and really enjoys the process. Alex keeps screaming, but realizes midway how beautiful everything is. She feels great because that was scary and amazing at the same time. Cole captures that moment and asks her to stay still for him. Barton calls, and Cole feels uncomfortable hearing her discuss how excited she is about ziplining. Alex writes about how she might have been imagining her fear. She feels everyone is afraid of the unknown, so they don't have to face their fears. She calls Barton from the lobby but keeps missing him because of the bad reception. Is that a sign? She helps Sarah carry some stuff to the town square, where they meet Cole. He asks Alex to come skiing with him, but she tries to make an excuse about helping Sarah. Cole understands that she doesn't ski either, because she fell down a mountain as a kid. Cole wants to change that and hopes she can let go of the past. The bunny hill looks a little too scary to Alex for its name. I can't argue with that. Cole covers the skiing basics with her and helps her with the positioning, but she panics and falls. Alex still feels she understands why her boss wanted her to do this story. Cole also knows this place can have a special effect on people. She gets a call from Peter right before they enter the store. Alex fills Peter in about skiing with Cole. He's surprised she managed to track him down. He asks her to change her plan and incorporate Cole into her story. Alex knows Cole isn't comfortable with exposure, but Peter insists her cover story needs to have him. Cole admits s'mores remind him of his home back in Wyoming. He asks if it's hard to do this trip without Barton for her. Alex knows Barton doesn't like all this because they usually do the same safe things together. She wonders how Cole is good at everything and not afraid of the scary stuff. Cole explains that his fears are different because he's afraid of attention and huge crowds. She feels he should be proud of the work he does. He still feels it's better without people knowing who he is. Alex writes about Cole in her article. She thinks he's letting fear get in the way of his success. Max notices the photo Cole has taken of Alex and understands what he feels about her. Cole doesn't think that matters because she has a boyfriend. Sarah admits watching Alex train with Cole has surprised her. She knows he's a great guy and thinks being private is part of his charm. She still thinks it's special if he lets someone in. Cole has another activity for Alex, but she's happy to take on the challenge this time. She happily cushions down the snow with him. She remembers the hot chocolate her mom used to make for her and asks about his family traditions. Cole remembers his mom used to bring him to Ridgeline every year for extreme sports. She was also an advocate for the less fortunate, but she passed away when he was in college. He chose to move to Ridgeline with Max since he couldn't face going home. He promised her he would pick up where he left off, which is why he started the foundation to help kids. She gets a call from Barton but decides to ignore it. Cole knows he can be private about things and admits he went through a breakup a few years ago. He's only starting to feel better now. Alex understands he's nervous about putting himself out there. She also thinks he can be very inspiring when he speaks from his heart. Alex doesn't want to make Cole's story public, but Kate reminds her she could lose her cover story. Alex feels the need to be honest with him, so Kate wonders if she has feelings for him. Alex insists she just cares for him as a friend. Kate still asks Alex to send over her draft for a second opinion. Alex begs her not to share it with anyone. That seems ominous. Alex is excited about Cole taking her skiing again and finally feels like herself. She explains that she's calm because she's screaming on the inside. She's also assuming she will land on him if they fall. She really appreciates his help with everything. She takes a selfie with him so she can show it to her friends. They feel awkward when they realize how close they are. Cole hopes she's not scared of skiing this time. Alex performs a lot better, but she still bumps into him towards the end. Alex encourages him to face his fears at the meet and greet. Max introduces Cole and invites him for a few words. Alex asks him to remember it's for a good cause and speak from his heart. Cole talks about how Ridgeline changed his life as a kid. He wants to pay that forward since half the proceeds of the sales will go towards his foundation. Alex thinks he did great, but his secret was screaming on the inside. He takes her out for dinner at a place with a country dance-off. She's excited about trying it and drags him to the dance floor. Look who's being adventurous now. They're perfectly in sync, and he keeps twirling and dipping her. Cole admits he had a great time with her that week. He's surprised none of them got hurt. Cole feels she could have charmed any guy to help her. She doesn't think of it that way, so he hopes she can understand how captivating she is. She tries to discuss her story with him, but they're declared winners of the dance-off. She asks Cole for hot chocolate when he drops her off, but they bump into Barton at the hotel. Barton recognizes Cole as the guy she's writing her article on. Cole feels hurt and rushes back to his car. Alex runs after him and admits she was going to tell him about the article that night. He reminds her they have been together every day for a week and she could have done it sooner. She tries to explain that she initially didn't want to until her boss called and put pressure on her. Cole just feels like he helped her and she took advantage of him. He regrets opening up to her and feels she's not the person he thought she was. Barton comes to check on her and wonders why she's not happy about him being there. Alex claims she's tired after a long day, but Barton is happy to have her all to himself. Barton has a surprise planned for her in the morning, and she assumes they're going for an adventure sport. He doesn't believe that's her idea of fun, and takes her for a carriage ride in the snow. Barton is proud of arranging this ride after he hears from Sarah that Alex hasn't tried it yet. He shows Alex a ring and explains that he wants to propose this weekend on a getaway with her. He's still happy to join her in Ridgefield and asks her to marry him. She wonders why he wants to marry her. Barton feels this is what she wants too. Alex admits she cares about him and appreciates his efforts, but her travels have just begun. She doesn't want to marry him just because it's the right step. She feels he deserves someone who loves him and shares the same passions. She feels they're headed in different directions and breaks it off with him. Sarah checks up on Cole and lets it slip that Barton is going to propose. Cole pretends he doesn't care, but Sarah thinks it's fine if he does. Alex asks Max to hand over a package to Cole when he's not around. Cole is hiding from her because he feels she has chosen Barton. Max still feels he should give Alex a chance and gives him the package. They find a donation from Alex to the foundation and a letter. As Alex leaves Ridgeline, she admits to the driver that this trip was everything she dreamed of and feared. She's glad she still had an adventure. Kate loves Alex's article, but she doesn't think it matters since it's incomplete. Alex starts looking at her old drawings of her adventures with elephants. Peter asks about Alex, but Kate doesn't know if she's planning to submit the article. He finds the draft on her desk, but Kate explains it's not final. Kate still thinks it's amazing, so Peter takes it away. Cole opens the letter with a note from Alex, who claims she respects him too much to publish it without permission. Cole reads her article about her journey in Ridgefield, scaling dangerous terrain, and facing parts of herself she didn't know existed. She knows she has to believe in herself and trust the process. She also feels she was lucky to have Cole as a coach, who is more of an inspiration for her. She admits he has taught her how to live the life of her dreams and has shown her how to fly. Kate asks Alex to come straight to the office since Peter has her draft. Peter calls Alex to his office and thinks it's the best article he has read in a long time. He loves how relatable and inspiring it is. She has won the contest, and her story will also be featured on the cover. Alex doesn't want to publish without Cole's permission since she promised him. Peter shows her a mail he got from Cole an hour ago. Cole has already given his permission for Alex to use his name and photos. When she looks at the photos Cole snapped of her, she finally understands exhilaration. She has won a first-class ticket to anywhere in the world and a full-time writing position. She heads back to Ridgefield and teases Cole about using her photos without permission. She thanks him for changing her life and helping her believe in herself. She can't imagine another adventure without him, and gives him her winning ticket to Zimbabwe. Cole understands that he needs to meet her to get inspired. He wants to convert that first-class ticket into two, so she can write about Africa and hang out with the elephants. He kisses her, and she's ready to take a leap into the unknown with him. They confess their love for each other, and bungee jump from the bridge.